This is my audience. Hi everyone, thanks for coming today. Today I'll be telling you about hypertension. How many of you know someone with high blood pressure?
Me.
And how many of you get your blood pressure checked regularly outside doctor's appointments?
Me. Oh.
So high blood pressure is usually referred to as hypertension, and it's the primary cause of death for over 400,000 Americans every year. According to the Center for Disease Control, or the CDC, about 75 million Americans suffer from hypertension. However, for being a prominent health risk like this, people rarely take preventative measures like taking a blood pressure at home outside doctor's appointments. For the healthcare services required for hypertension, medication, and missing work from complications from the disease, it costs America over $49 billion every single year. The majority of my information today will come from the CDC and the American Heart Association, as well as information I've learned from courses at the University of Arkansas. So today I'll tell you about hypertension as a whole, its causes, the physiology of the disease, and lastly, possible prevention and treatment methods that can be taken. So first we'll learn about hypertension and some of the causes. My first main point is that hypertension can be caused by a variety of factors. Blood pressure is dictated by your systolic and diastolic. Systolic refers to when the heart is contracting, and it's the top number in blood pressure, whereas diastolic is the bottom number, diastolic is the bottom number in blood pressure and refers to when the heart is relaxing in between beats. According to the American Heart Association, hypertension is classified as a systolic blood pressure of 130 or higher, or a diastolic of 80 or higher. Some of the major causes of hypertension include genetic predisposition, diet, physical activity, obesity, smoking, or excessive alcohol consumption. Diet is a very big factor in determining blood pressure because sodium holds water in the body, which raises your blood pressure. But on the other end of the spectrum, potassium is helpful because it negates those negative factors of sodium and helps lower your blood pressure. Luckily, most of these causes of hypertension are fixable, if not preventable in the first place. So next, it's important to have a general idea of what is happening in your body with hypertension. My second main point is that knowing some of the physiology of hypertension will help you to better understand the disease and better understand why it's so important to help prevent it from developing. So physiologically, high blood pressure means that there's an increased pressure on your blood vessels and heart as blood is pumping through your body. This increased pressure causes an increased strain on the vessels and increases your chance of having a cardiovascular event like stroke or heart attack. With this increased strain, it wears out the tissues and actually makes your heart work less efficiently, so you get less blood flow to your tissues, your muscles, and your lungs. Hypertension is also comorbidity, meaning that it is associated commonly with other health conditions that are serious to one's health. So it's often associated with obesity, dyslipidemia, diabetes, stroke, and congestive heart failure. So for all these reasons, it's even more important to be informed of what hypertension is and to know some of the possible preventative measures that can be taken. My third main point is that even with all these health risks associated with hypertension, there are many ways to lessen your chance of developing hypertension, either through preventative measures or treatment options once you have developed it. Like I previously said, diet is a huge factor in determining blood pressure, so it's important to be aware of your sodium and potassium intake on a day-to-day basis. Another very important but often overlooked method of prevention is taking your blood pressure regularly. Hypertension can develop quickly and is referred to as the silent killer. So from the time in between your doctor's appointments, the disease could develop more than you'd expect. So one easy way to do that is to buy a blood pressure cuff like this, which you can do so just at a Walmart or Walgreens. They're very inexpensive and also very accurate. With the cuff, you'll get instructions on how to use it and the best position to put your body in to get the most accurate results. If you are already diagnosed with hypertension, the next step is treatment, which you can take medication or a more holistic approach by altering your diet or physical activity levels or decreasing alcohol consumption. For medications, you'll often take antihypertensives. According to the American Heart Association, some examples of medications you can take are diuretics, beta blockers, or vasodilators, among many others. So knowing these options of prevention and treatment methods, it can help you to lessen your chance of developing hypertension or treat the disease if you already have it. In conclusion, hypertension is a very prevalent health risk in the United States, and it's beneficial to know the causes, physiology, treatment, and prevention options of the disease. By watching your diet and recreational habits now, you can take important steps to keep your blood pressure in a healthy range of 120/80. Taking these steps now will help improve the health of your heart as you age and also lessen the impact of the disease on our country.